Welcome into another video. It is divisional round weekend for the NFC, and today we're going to be breaking down two big games. We got a divisional matchup between the Seahawks and the 49ers, and the Rams and the Bears square off Sunday night in Soldier Field in Chicago. A phenomenal wildcard weekend, one of the better wildcard weekends in recent memory. The first four games, phenomenal. Sunday night football, a little more of a defensive matchup that was close until the finish. And then Monday night, a pretty brutal one between the Texans and the Steelers. Let's see how we did during wildcard weekend, though, real quick. We went 2-1 in the NFC. I predicted the Rams, predicted the Bears. I did not stick with my gut, and I thought that the Eagles' kind of playoff experience, Super Bowl experience from last season would carry into this year, and I just missed on that one. I went 3-0, though, in the AFC, so I went 5-1 overall on the weekend, just so you know that I'm money, baby. Let's go ahead and get into it, though. We got the 49ers at the Seahawks, and kicking it off there, you can see two very good teams, despite being the 6th seed for the 49ers and the 1 seed. They split the regular season 1-1. Neck and neck offensively, with the 49ers being 8th and 10th in yards and points per game offensively, with the Seahawks 7th and 3rd in yards and points per game. And then defensively, that Seahawks defense is no joke. 5th in defensive yards per game, 1st in points per game. And then for the 49ers, 18th and 13th in that respective category. Key matchups, we're talking about McCaffrey versus that Seattle front. As you can see there, Christian McCaffrey averages 3.8 yards per carry, and that is 9th out of 10 running backs who had 250 rush or more, just slightly above Ashton Jeanty of the Las Vegas Raiders. It's not a great season, a successful season running the ball. He had a lot of yards, also a lot of touches. And then you see with that Seattle front, they're first in yards per carry defensively across the league. And it really starts with that defensive line, that interior of Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams, probably the best 1-2 punch on the inside in the NFL. They have been absolutely dominating all year long. That's going to be a big matchup to watch on Saturday. And then the 49ers second level versus Smith-Njigba. They have the 25th ranked passing defense, and Jackson Smith-Njigba has been lighting the world on fire this season. The 49ers secondary did a better job in round 2, still leaving him with no touchdowns on the year against this second level, but it's still very something to watch because JSN can break out at any time. Let's go ahead and talk about keys to victory for this Saturday's game. With the 49ers, it's all about maximizing the offensive possessions. In their first matchup, the one that the 49ers won, they held the ball for 37 minutes, 15 minutes longer, an entire quarter longer than the Seattle Seahawks did. And then in round 2, it was the exact opposite. The Seahawks having 37 minutes of time of possession compared to the 49ers 22. Exact opposite. If you talk about plays ran against each other in that second matchup, the 49ers only ran 42 offensive plays. That is going to be a massive key to victory. And it comes with controlling CMC, which is the key to victory for the Seattle Seahawks. In that first game, he had 31 touches for 142 yards. He is a big part of their offense and why they are so good at milking the clock all game long, because of his success. But in that second game, he only had 14 touches for 57 yards. That is massive. Absolutely massive. You have to eliminate CMC. That's how you control the clock. If you can shut him down, get these possessions against the 49ers defense, you will control the game. And it's all the more important now that George Kittle is out. He is their main focal point offensively. If you shut him down, you will win this game. And for the winner of this weekend's matchup, I am rolling with the Seattle Seahawks. Why I'm going with the Seahawks in this one is I just feel like they match up better against the 49ers. This is their second matchup, and it was very even-keeled, very low scoring in both ends of this deal. But with them being at home, going up against an offensive unit with no George Kittle, and seeing what they did against CMC in that Week 18 matchup, I have a good feeling that the 12th man is going to come out on top of this one. I just think that it's going to be too much to overcome for Brock Purdy. It's a great unit. They rush the passer well. They stop the run very well. They have an explosive secondary, just with freak athletes who are very fast, very tall, very lengthy. I think that the 49ers just don't match up well against this unit, and I'm rolling with the home team in this one. Let's go ahead and get into our second matchup of divisional round weekend, and it is the Rams at the Bears, the 5 seed versus this 2 seed. Sunday at 5:30, Rams favored by 4.5 points, and you could just see there on the left, look at them offensive numbers for Los Angeles, 2nd and 1st in yards and points per game. Chicago not far behind them with 6th and 9th in yards and points per game, but quite the difference defensively Not saying the Rams are an overly special unit, being only 16th and 10th in yards and points per game defensively, but the Bears, 27th and 23rd in yards and points per game defensively. Key matchups here, though, it's going to be Matt Stafford versus the Bears DBs. Matt Stafford is tied for second with the lowest interception percentage in all of the NFL. Meanwhile, the Bears DBs, number one unit in the NFL with 17 interceptions. They're the number one unit as a whole defensively, but amongst those DBs, they're the number one unit with interceptions. Now, that is going to be a key focal point. When Matt Stafford turns the ball over, they tend to lose games. So that is going to be a massive matchup to watch. Let's go ahead and get into my second key matchup, and that is the Rams edge rushers versus Theo Benedict, the backup left tackle for the Chicago Bears. Ranks fourth in the NFL in run block win percentage. He has been definitely one of the best run tackles in the NFL, but they benched him for Ozzie Trapillo, who was much better against the pass rush. But on the other end of that, Jared Verse and Byron Young are second and third in the NFL in run stop win percentage on the outside. So that matchup between Theo Benedict and them is going to be very key to watch. Now, in the passing game, Theo Benedict is going to struggle against this defensive front. Hopefully, though, the four guys on the other side of the ball who are all top five in their positions will be there as well to hopefully help him out. Let's go ahead and get into keys to victory. For the Rams, it's just protect the rock. This Bears defense, very good at taking the ball away, but they haven't been as of late. And with the Rams unit, they're very good at protecting the ball, but they haven't been as of late. If they do not allow the Chicago Bears to take the ball away, I think the Rams will come out on top in this one. And then Bears keys to victory, and that's finding your running game. It's going to be like 0 degrees, maybe even worse with the wind chill Sunday night. This is going to be a very difficult task for this Los Angeles, California team to come in here to the Windy City. So the Bears need to find their strengths and run the ball. Now, the Rams defense, very good at stopping the run as well, but the Bears have to run the ball. I think Caleb Williams is going to get his against the secondary. The wind, he doesn't struggle too much with the wind with how strong of an arm he has. Same thing with Matt Stafford on the other side of the ball. But if they want to control the clock and control this weather at home, they need to find success in their run game against this Rams unit. And now that you have Theo Benedict in there, you should be able to run the ball a little bit better than you were with Ozzie Trapillo. Now let's go ahead and get into the winner of this game. And hopefully I'm wrong in this one. This was a prediction I would love to be wrong in, and I'm rolling with the Los Angeles Rams over my Chicago Bears. Now, why I'm rolling with the Rams is I think these are pretty similar units offensively, but just the Rams do everything a little bit better. I think Caleb Williams and Matthew Stafford are two quarterbacks who can cut through the wind, take deep shots, and protect the football very well, and the Bears have a very good wide receiver group, but you've got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams on the other side. It's just slightly better in that unit. The Rams run the ball with a very high success rate, and they're going to be going up against the Bears defense, who doesn't stop the run at a very high rate. And I just think that's where the difference is going to be. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Probably like a 34, maybe not in this weather, maybe like a 28-24 game. I do think it's going to be a tight game. This Bears team in general just doesn't have a whole lot of quit in them, but I just think when we're talking about head coach quarterback duo, I love what Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have done this year, but I've said it time and time again, this is the best head coach and quarterback duo in the NFL. And I mean, I had this team going to the Super Bowl in the preseason, and I still think that this team very well could find themselves in the Super Bowl. I'm rolling with the Rams over my Bears. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you see 1-1 in the NFC next week. I would love for my Bears to be playing in the NFC Championship next weekend. But I think it's going to come to an end. I think their magical, fun run is coming to an end this weekend. Still a great season from the Chicago Bears, and obviously a great season from the Los Angeles Rams. Still got to play the game and see what happens, but that is my predictions. Overall, I think it's going to be a great couple of matchups for this NFC divisional round. 49ers and Seahawks, amazing. You got 3 NFC West teams still available, and the Bears being the only team in the NFC who is not in the NFC West, going up against the gauntlet of a division. They've got to overcome the NFC West to get to the Super Bowl. It should be very fun and exciting. My AFC predictions will be dropping tomorrow morning between the Bills and the Broncos and the Texans and the Patriots. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below who you think is going to win this weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.